What is up, all of my children of the night? It is your Shadow Lord of Darkness and Despair, Bubsy the Bobcat here, back at it again with the same fucking thing as last time. Is this series getting old yet? Let me know, because it's fucking, I don't know what we're doing. We're talking about that video today, and it's actually not in order, so we're gonna start somewhere in the middle, I think. No, it's actually, yeah, no, that's not the start of the video either. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. All right, we start for this. We're gonna start right here. So, as you can probably tell, we have lots to talk about because the previous video was a fucking editing nightmare. So let's jump right in. At the very start, we have a little bit of just a default ass, static stock footage that I pulled from YouTube. Stock footage is in fact very useful for a lot of things. Then we have this little bit of a crossfadey, I think it's a screening effect. So interestingly enough, I don't like using actual crossfade transitions, such as the ones that are cross effects here, because they are per layer. So if you cross effect two layer, like if I cross affected these layers in, it would be bad. So it's much easier to just actually put a solid color screened white thing up at the top of the very top layer and just crossfade it to do this, because it's a lot cleaner and it's a lot easier to work with than trying to crossfade all these layers into each other. It's just bad. Don't do that. It's bad. Anyways, we have this little fucking title card right here, which it's extra cute. There's a lot going on here, so we're gonna go about layer by hair through this bitch. To start off, the usual green screening effects with a little mask around it. Then we have the text, which was done in GIMP. It's not particularly complicated. We have our fucking little garbage right here I pulled from the stats screen, and last but not least, we have the text again, as this text is actually the kind of bluish glow that you can see. I did it with brightness, contrast, color correct, etc. And it affects the text. It makes the text have a cute little, I can't fucking fuck. Makes the text have a cute little little drop shadow, little drop shadow there. Adds a little bit of depth to it. Makes it look nice. Then we have the actual blue ones, because I got confused. All the blue drop shadows are these three layers, and as you can see, if I pull them out, the blueness behind the text goes away. It just adds a little nicety to it. And of course, this is the sort of like VHS scan line effect. It's just an image. It's really simple, nothing special. And of course, this is a gradient. This is placed over the clouds to give them some color. The clouds themselves are actually blue, like this, but I've color corrected them so they're kind of grayish, and that means that the color in this overlay sort of shines through, and it gives it a nice little effect. Looks pretty okay hand emoji. Then immediately we have this shot right here, which is there's no blood. As you can see, I'm not bleeding at all. No blood at all. Someone actually in the fucking comments actually fucking pointed out that there's blood here. Because you can't. It's hard to tell. I'm lying to you guys. I bet you didn't know until just now that there's fucking. Thank you, legendary man in the comments, for pointing out the fact that I in fact am bleeding. I am bleeding a lot, and there's a lot of blood. Somebody call a fucking doctor, please, God. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna fucking die. Blood loss! Exclamation point _. Yes. So the way this shot is done is I am using a hack to make myself basically have infinite poise, infinite HP, and I am using a special emote from the game's like NPCs. I'm gonna take a drink of water because my mouth hurts. Ow. But yes, the NPCs in Dark Souls 3 have a lot of unused animations, and I'm using the one from, I don't know, probably Leonhard. I don't know. And it looks cool. And we have the game speed set up so that they are attacking at like 3 times the normal speed to make it look extra edgy and cool. And you know, same thing here. Just at this is a much closer in shot. You know, it's like, you know, it's a close up. My character's fucking twitching everywhere though. It's great. It's like, ouch, oof, my blood juice is falling out. This is a whole bunch of shit, dude. What the hell? I was totally fine, but then I start talking and my fucking throat is saying hi. Time to die, Inferno Bluff. Oh. Thank you. Ah. All right. Anime speed lines, literally fucking amazing. And I'm not going to name any names, but there's a certain YouTuber who doesn't understand how to use these. You don't just put them on a top layer on ad. You put them on screen and you like fade them out a lot because they look like shit if you actually just leave them like fucking like this. It looks like shit. Don't do this. If you are a YouTuber, subtlety is important. It looks better when you make them screened and you make them low opacity. So it's not, it doesn't take fuck. Okay, listen, about anime speed lines. You want you want to use them like this, because if you use them like this, it takes focus away from the center of the screen. People are seeing the speed lines. They're not seeing what the speed lines are supposed to be adding focus to. You do like this, because then it makes the focus more on what's in the center of the screen. It draws your eyes in. You fucking degenerates. Jesus. It's also a stock effect. You can get it from like anywhere. It's great. I love stock effects. They're useful. This is just me leveling up. That's totally bleed resistance right there and not attainment. Just so you know. What the fuck else is in this stupid shot? This is some screen shake. Oh yeah, good old screen shake. You know, it's fucking jittery ass screen shake. Seriously, I actually did quite a few of these screen shake. Yeah, it's done by hand. I'm gonna be honest. You cannot get a plugin that does screen shake good enough. You always have to do it by hand if you want it to look how you want it to look. It's just kind of a specific ass shit, and it sucks, but that's just reality of it. So this is a stock effect explosion. So one of the things I did to it, you can see, you know, stock effect explosion. But I've actually got two layers because I have the glow of the explosion is just a Gaussian blurred copy of it underneath that moves at a different speed. The difference is quite noticeable. If you see, like, you know, the difference between that and that, it's important. That shit adds a little bit of detail. It's not much, but I think I like it. Fucking bold text 99. The 99 is it's the actual font from Dark Souls 1. And then I have like a special outline and shadow on it to give it kind of the same effect that the game has, so it looks almost like the game's font. Close enough, at least for me. Looks decent. Bold text is just literally the boldest bold text I could possibly make, just real quick. The animation is just really simple, like, you know, rotate and fold in. Not much else. Then we have this. This is actually a image of a browser with the thumbnail cut out. I used the you know, the debug tools in Chrome to just change the text on this. This is some other degenerates video. This, of course, if you take this away, there's stuff here that's animating to make it, you know, oof, out of 10. And then the hate mail just flies in. It was just cut out and then put back in. I actually did a really shitty job with it. You can tell because you can actually see there's an outline. It's very faint. I didn't fix it because I forgot, and it just sort of happened. Nothing special, just the same shit. Basically copy paste from over here with a woman. Yeah, she's beautiful, by the way. Fuck. I don't want to zoom in on the tits. I wanted to zoom in on the face. Jesus. Get your mind out of the gutter, Sony Vegas. Fucking Christ. You degenerate. That face. It's beautiful. I spent 20,000 hours of Photoshop on that garbage. Hell yeah. Alright, more speed lines. With Battle Royale MLG. I wonder who that could possibly be. It's probably a virgin, though. There's a laughing while crying. So there's a word right here. I can't quite make out what it says. It starts with an N and has an R at the end. I couldn't possibly tell you what that word is. It's censored. There's no way I'll ever know. I didn't want to get flagged, so I actually decided to censor that for obvious reasons. This is this is my build in Dark Souls 3. Hope you guys like it. It's my favorite game. Someone in the comments pointed out that I have 146 of chancing. I mean, what kind of casual doesn't? Let's be real. Filled with blood, just shaking text. Once again, keyframes to make a shake effect because it looks better if you do it by hand, generally speaking. Just fucking, pulled from the stats screen. Nothing special. Masking is your friend, by the way. Masking is good. Soft edge masking in particular is great. This is just a fast zoom. I actually really like fast keyframe zooms. And once again, thank you again to Batokia for introducing me to the magic of a fast keyframe zoom. It just looks so good compared to like normal speed ones. Linear keyframes are great, but fast keyframes can really make the difference between a good shot and a great shot, in my opinion. More explosions, exactly the same as before. In fact, I think I copy pasted them. So yeah, speed lines and other garbage come in. This is a map of Italy. In case you didn't get the joke, because there were people in the fucking comment section who were asking why there's a map of Italy when I said Israel. It's a joke. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys have nominated me for Oscar. This is literally me mashing R1 while Patokia walks backwards with the katana sheath. I think this is probably the most accurate representation of Dark Souls PvP ever done. If you could do better than that, please send an email to infernalplusofficial@gmail.com. This is actually before I did it. I did stuff in a different layer. I'll actually show you guys the final product of this, but this is the scene with the laptop and stuff and me throwing up after watching that video because it was vomit inducing. And yeah, that's that clip. The next clip that happens is the disclaimer, which is actually not in this project file. So then like I said, this video is sporadic. I put it together. I actually edited it in like reverse order, where like this was actually the first scene I edited, and then the eels thing was the second thing I worked on, and then the bleed thing was the last thing I did, and then I actually combined all the videos at the end by like stitching them together essentially. This was a good project, 10 out of 10. So this is the part most people are probably interested in because it was fucking weird and complicated to do, and I get messages on Discord. What does that say? HC says we're doing Wrong Souls on Saturday. You like that's ever gonna happen? What a fucking idiot! He actually thinks Wrong Souls is gonna get finished. That's not happening. What a lad! What a lad! Subscribe to Patokia on Twitch. Yeah, what the fuck was I talking about? This garbage? Let's do it, boys. To start off, in order to keep the background sky playing at the correct frame rate, you might notice that I have actually masked out the sky so that I can have it basically. Where do I even start with this fucking garbage? All right, let's start with the green screen. That's the easiest thing to start with. Here is what the Falco actually looks like from where I had it in game. It's Falco on a green screen with a mask surrounding him, and he just does this combo. It just does all these movements in the laser and everything else. It's also motion tracked slightly, so it moves him around when he needs to be in specific places, and that synchronizes to this background footage that has actually been edited very heavily, as you could probably tell. So the first thing that happens is let's just explain the footage itself. So let's take Falco out. Let's just take Falco out and just watch this. Fucking, it's just me getting comboed by nobody. The way this works is that there is a player there who is wearing a set of armor that I nullified the models for. So I went into Cheat Engine and I was like, fuck being able to see people, and I made someone fucking completely invisible by making their armor invisible. And then I told them to attack me at specific cues, and I was like, I basically just called it out in Discord, like attack, do a pop-up attack, then do a full charge attack. You know, like in boop boop boop, recorded that shit, brought it in here, brought in this footage of Falco, and what I did was I stitched it all together by like making cuts in very specific places. You can actually tell much easier if I like make this big. I make this a lad, a very large lad. So you can see right here, I've made this the fucking, please, this mouse is just killing me, dude. Oh god, come on. This is so hard. The first cut right here is I get hit with a longsword or whatever, and then I make a cut to me getting hit again. And you can see there's actually some noticeable changes in the fog and stuff in the background, but it's not too bad. It's like, it's not so noticeable that it would like really draw your attention. The important thing is the sky does not change, because I actually have like cut the sky out, and I've put a loop of the sky in the background that's playing underneath the video to like keep that consistent. That's the only thing I tried to keep consistent, because it's the most noticeable thing, and it's a large portion of the screen space. After that, you'll notice I have, fuck, okay, I can't, it's just not, it just doesn't, it just don't. Having two monitors, I edit it with two monitors. So normally I edit like this, with this like made really small, so that I can, and I have the preview on the other screen, because it's just so much easier that way. Like, but I can't do that while I'm showing you guys what the fuck I'm doing, because I'm like a big gay. Oh, laddie lad. Right, so I have these right here. These are velocity envelopes. So this changes the speed of the video playback. It basically bends the frame rate to my will, and I've kind of carefully adjusted it so that it goes faster and slower as I need it to make it look more together. Like, you know, like that. And like I said, there's lots of little cuts in here that are very carefully done so that you can't really tell. It's very difficult to actually spy when they happen in real time, but if you slow down the video, you can see this is just a cutout. I just literally cut it out. I didn't even cut it out very well. Look at that, fucking, it's only on screen for like 2 seconds, so who cares? But all the sound is done in Foley, so you'll notice all this fucking garbage here. This is all the sound effects actually cut individually, and I just redubbed the whole video, because the original sound is filled with stuff I don't want, so I just redid all the audio on blank slates. Like, this is probably a laser. No, it's just me getting hit. Is this a laser? Yeah, it's a laser. See? That's the laser sound. This is the laser getting hit. No, it's just, oh no, it's just 2 lasers. You know, you see what I mean, though. It's like, oh, the sound effects are individual. That's the sound of getting hit by a laser right there. So yeah, that is the generalization. I described this terribly. I am a bad man, after all. Here's the eels bit. It's out of order though, so let's do this part first. All right, so let's start with the text. The text is, let's actually start with the background. Let's start with the background. The background is actually a version of Melee with the menus made invisible. And this is thanks to my good friend, Mr. Batspoon. He put this together really quickly for me because he's a legend, and it saved me a lot of fucking trouble. I then took this footage he sent me and created my own custom GIMP project and like made the menus. And I animated the text. So that's the Navy SEALs cod pasta. It's just required. Yeah, so this is the text, and you'll notice that the image of the text is actually just white. That is because we used composite masking, my favorite meme, to do it. And just because this is actually the text right here. This is what I used. This fire image, this fire video is actually playing underneath the text, and I've changed it to the color purple, and it is composite masked to only appear in places that the text is supposed to be through, you know, like I said, composite masking, which I described in my last video. If you'd like to go watch that, it's big and gay, and I like it. That's my favorite thing. So yeah, it's, you know, parented layer, multiply mask, thing on that layer. So yeah, there you go. Fuck yeah, big dicks. There's actually an error in the video. I considered fixing this, but I didn't. There's like you could see there's a cutoff there. I didn't think about it enough. I should have thought about that. You can only see it for like 1 frame, so I don't really care, but it did annoy me because I know it's there every time. This is the same as before, but once again, sound effects separate. It's all the shots work the same mostly. The exception being, well, so this one's got a little cool little edit. Once again, all this is animated and masked separately, so like I actually move the puff around a lot to like get them in the right spot so that it just looks just right. It's also been color corrected because it looked like ass initially. There's a cut here. I actually just held down my shield for long enough for it to pop, and Jigglypuff dies when your shield pops, so that's how I got this footage of her dying. You also notice I have the thing show up. I actually did it in a separate layer so I can make it larger so it didn't look so out of place. The thing. Good descriptions, Inferno. You're the best. Thanks, Daddy. Here's Fox. This was a pain in the dick because I had to get the frame rates to match up. Or sorry, I had to get the timings to match up of the shield hitting and the laser. So the shield footage is sped up by 14.7%, and the Fox footage is slowed down by 11.1%. You know, well, actually, no, it's actually 10.1%, you know, because math. Yeah, no, it worked. It just was difficult because, and I can actually show you guys how that looks. Here's the waveforms of the audio. So this is how I aligned it. Was I tried to get these to match as closely as possible, and eventually got it to. It's close. It's not perfect, and it's not. And the reason is because the distribution is discrete. There's a lot of randomness into how fast the shield hits happen, so I just had to go with it. The Mario, green Mario part, purple Wario part, it's more or less the same. It has a lot more cuts and a lot more bending in the frame rate. As you can see, there's a lot of little things happening here and there. It's just all really precise timings and really subtle editing to make it look consistent, even though it's absolutely not consistent in whatsoever. It's multiple clips cut, like multiple clips of the same video footage cut in a way that look continuous when in fact they are split all over the damn place and sped up and slowed down all over the place as well. And of course the foreground is I put the foreground in a layer on its own to because this foreground is in front of Luigi a lot, so I just wanted it to look right because it looks stupid. Without this, it looks fucking ridiculous because Luigi's like in front of the foreground. So, you know, just minor details. You should always do that, by the way. Foreground, background stuff when green screening is very important, and it makes things look real when they would normally look fake as fuck. This is the same shit as before. I had to actually, so with all these melee combos before, I just did all these on a green screen. It was a little troublesome because you can't use the C stick when you're green screening in melee just because reasons. But this one I had to write a fucking task for because I can't multi-shine. I can't do it. I don't play Fox. Fox is gay. So this is a task, and yeah, it's exactly as you think it is. It's all the stuff. Good old Lenny though sent me a little voice clip. What a fucking legend. Anything else to say about this? I don't know. I don't think there's anything else to say about this. I mean, like I said, just same shit as before. Yeah, that's probably it for the melee bits. The majority of the work is in the timing and in the details. The actual overarching of it isn't that complicated. Like I said, it's just an invisible character hitting someone and then green screened and edited together to make it look like a melee character is actually hitting them instead. That is the gist of it. I wonder what the sound effect is. Oh, it's Luigi. Yeah, those are sounds. That's sound effects. That's like I said, all of the sound effects in this part are edited in. That's probably why this video took fucking forever to make, was stuff like that. So now we're back. So here's a quick cut because I completely forgot to cover this while I was doing the episode because I was not drunk at all. there's a very important part of this edit that was a pain in the dick to do, that without this does not look quite right. I believe it is right here, in fact. Yes, so we can go over this. I have a mask right here covering this area because in the original footage, right on this frame, you'll see that there's some sparks and stuff, and there's like a swooshy effect right here, and just some goops and gaps and gribs. And this is because the invisible character does not have invisible effects, so it kind of looked out of place, so I had to edit these out in post. The way that I did this is I synchronized, so I cropped this in here with some like clean footage, and then I synchronized the camera shake frame by frame to match the original footage. And to show you guys exactly how that looks, the footage looks like this. Because of the screen shake, I had to just perfectly frame by frame edit it back in, and I can like kind of show you how that looks. And it was a pain in the dick, but you basically just have to do that if you want it to look correct. And I did that in a few other places as well. Another place that had screen shake was Fox over here. Fax. That's not the Fox part. Where the fuck is the Fox part? I think it's right here. Aha, I found it. Yes, the fax part right here has some screen shake going on that I had to reanimate. So just to show you, so here's where it is. Without the background, you can see Fox shakes a little bit here. It's very subtle, but in order for him to stay in the same place and not move, I have to wait. It's not this one. Where the fuck is it? Hello? Is it here? It's not here. Where? Oh yeah, it's in motion track. My apologies, I forgot. It's in motion track. So here's the screen shake for this particular instance. I can make this bigger so it's easier to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, like, you know, each frame Fox moves with the screen shake of the camera, because Dark Souls has a lot of screen shake in it, and so you have to compensate for that in post. Otherwise, it looks wrong because the background moves but the foreground does not. You gotta do that. It's important. It's important. Make sure you always do that. Remember to always take that into account, because without that, it don't look good. And here's another one. Right here, I don't remember. Was this one? Yeah, here's another one. That was done. Was this screen shake here? When you stomp, whenever you stomp, there's a little bit of screen shake, and so once again I had to animate it so the Jigglypuff stays exactly in the spot she is with no motion in order for that to look good. And here too as well. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there. Now back to the original cut. The next part of this video is actually finally the eels part. The eels video is its own separate thing. I tweeted it like months ago as a joke. And I was like, I could just use that in a video. It'll be funny, right? People like eels. I like eels. If you don't like eels, you're a bad person after all. Alright, so let's talk about this. This is 3D mask thing. Whatever you want to call it. The video, so this is just a video of Halo 2 with the screen cut out like that. And behind that is well, hold on. Behind that is, oh Jesus Christ, stop. Okay. Behind that is the video of the eels, but it's a 3D projection thing. So like it's like this. It's not like this. It's like this. It's not like that. It's like this. It's like this. This is it. This is the thing right here. This is what it looks like. It's a 3D thing. It's cute. It's real fucking cute, all right? And the way that I have this zoom out happen, so you'll see right, dear God, there, right there. So this right here, the way I keep this stable is that it is on this. So these layers are all composited together, and if I move this, it moves the whole scene around. I don't have to like do anything individually. It's all just one. Oh wait, hold on. I need to be doing it like this so you can actually see what I'm doing. Moving this parent. So like these are parented layers. Like this is what these little things right here do in Vegas, is they parent things together. So your motion tracking is it's hierarchical. Is a terrible word. Fuck me. And if you move the top part of it, all the bottom parts come with it. That's important, because without that, this shit gets really hard in a bad way. And this is some effect that Day did for me. That the voices they have a little radio effect. He did it in some program I don't understand, because there's lots of programs out there that I just need to learn how to use someday, but I'm too lazy. This is another shot that took. This is he actually completely misses. It's the best part. It's fucking, the grenade goes like not in the right spot, but I cut it. Movie magic. It's great. Grenade lands there. In the actual clip, I die. But you don't see that because it's okay. And this is actually fake. There's actually no grenade there. It's all just movie magic. Look, he's just gone. And this is there's a mask here. There's a mask here. That's really, really faint, but it's definitely there, and it adds a circle or some gay shit. It's real, I promise. Just believe me. Shut up. And yeah, it grows and gets brighter for a few seconds, and then it cuts out and there's an explosion sound. Nothing particularly complicated. It took forever to record this because Patokio was there, and Patokio ruins everything. Subscribe to Patokio. Yeah. Also, the thing that sucked is every time you throw a grenade, it leaves a giant blood stain and like a fucking smoke mark all over the screen. So you have to like restart the whole game every single time you throw a grenade. It's not fun. It's just don't. Halo 2 Machinima is not fun. It's all a lie. You don't want to know about that. But that is the majority of the video. Now let's go to the other project. So this is the actual, like, I have all these separate bits done individually. And the way I cut them all together is I actually cut them all together in a separate project like this. So I import the actual I import the actual whole project file, and then from there I cut it all together. So this is the opening scene. It's mostly just literally a giant cut of it, and then here we have the actual laptop bit that's added in. Once again, it's exactly the same as the other one was. It's just 3D perspective to make it look like it's in the right place. Like I can move it around and shit. Hold on. Oh, it's so tiny. That's what she said. You still, yeah, you can move it and you can rotate it, you know, make it look different. But like, yeah, fucking same shit, different meme. Fuck. Hold on, where's that fuck anyway? There it is. That's a good fuck. I like that fuck. Runs up the stairs. It's actually two different laptops. I pulled off Google Images because I don't own a laptop because I'm not gay. So I just pulled two laptops off Google Images that were kind of like the right place, and I just adjusted them a bit. Throws up. It's a sound effect from South Park. Yeah. And then we have the traditional Inferno Plus using color bars transition because he's lazy and doesn't have anything else better than that. This is the quick disclaimer I did. That's a segue into this part. The best part is this was the last footage I recorded. This right here is the last bit of footage I recorded for this video, and this right here is the first bit of footage I recorded for this video. It's a fun fact. Shut up. I'm not a boring idiot. No, you. Yeah, just cuts. I adjusted, so in this post I adjusted the cropping a bit and like added a little bit of movement to the camera panning here just to sell the effect better. It worked. Shut up. I think I zoomed this bit with Lenny in a bit more and not much else. Added this outro bit with some fucking references to some stupid meme from 2005. 1-3. I don't remember what year it was. I'm not going to look it up, even though like my body is telling me go to Wikipedia and find out what year All Your Base was created. I'm not going to do it. I'm not looking it up right now. It's 2000. I think that's going to end this episode of Bubsy. This is the worst episode of Bubsy so far. I hope you enjoyed this. Because if you did... I don't even... What is this audio? And may all your ledge dashes be frame perfect. Oh, it's just another take. Why did I keep that? It's awful. Oof sound.